What is going on, YouTube's Amber Russell? Subscribe to the show at the top. Thumbs up to leave a comment at the bottom. Watch previous videos and stay tuned what we have for you guys in the future. So X Factor has been going on strong for the past couple of weeks, and they just picked their final 16, which is now 17, because Simon made the bright decision to have that girl who sung really nice. Her name is Melanie. And I think it was really dumb of him to not pick her. A lot of people are upset about Jaslyn not being picked. My thing is this: with Jaslyn, her voice was good. She had an amazing, incredible voice and nice range, but her last song, she sung in front of him at his house. First of all, she was too nervous singing in front of just him. I mean, that's a life-changing experience, but she was singing just in front of him, and her voice was shaky. She seemed too nervous, and she just wasn't cutting it. She was kind of flat in some areas. She was off-key and off-pitch in other areas, so I see that's why he did not pick her. People are upset about Rachel Crow being picked. That's the little 13-year-old girl, saying she's too young, whatever. My thing is this: if she's too young, then don't have the age limit be at 13. Have the age limit be at 16. Have the age limit be at 18, or the starting off age. If she's too young, that's not her fault that they are offering it to her. If they don't want someone that young, then they wouldn't offer it to someone that young. People are upset about Simone being picked. My thing with Simone is that she's basically a Rihanna. To Simon, she's an easy buck to make, and she could get you a hit really fast. She's a pretty girl with an okay, average voice, and she's a cheerleader, so that means she has energy, she has confidence, she got swagger on the stage, she got the attitude, and she got the personality, which is why the show's called X Factor, not America's Best Singer. And she's a cheerleader. That means she can obviously move and, sing and dance at the same time, hopefully. Paula, for the groups, I was upset kind of about the brothers, the boys, whatever the name is, being picked. I thought that the answer, I think that's the name, with 3 guys. It was like one white guy, one black guy, one Spanish-looking guy. I think they should have been picked. I was kind of confused why the kids group got picked, because, I can't see them doing well after the show. With Rachel, on the other hand, I could see her having a show on Disney Channel, her having a, TV series on Nickelodeon, whatever, and her having, a clothing line for, children like her who are a little heavier sized kids. I was happy to see that the kids, the guy group that sound like Genuine, the lead singer, I think they should split up their singing, their radio hugs, or whatever, hugs, I don't know. I'm glad to see they were picked, and people are upset about Nicole letting Dexter going through. I think he's really entertaining, but I can understand why people are upset about that, because, he wasn't the best vocalist on the show. He just has that energy, he has that charisma, and he just has that something about him. He has that X factor within him. Regardless of how good or bad of a singer he is, I think that's why she picked him. And for the boys, I was surprised that the little rapper kid got picked, because look at where Bow is at. Look at what happened to Criss Cross. Look at what happened to Little Romeo. When these kids grow up and they're rappers and they start really young, their only fan bases are the female, tween age type girls. And those girls grow up, and when these guys want to make, real rap music, those girls don't want to listen to it. The guys who were saying that they're corny don't want to hear them try and be hard. Look at Bow Wow. His newest album is still yet to come out. He signed with Cash Money record label, and they're not even producing his music at all. But his album's getting pushed back, and that's because I don't think that guys who like to listen to rap music are really checking for Bow Wow. Just like people won't be checking for this kid, Brian, when he gets older and he's like, 19 years old. They're not going to care what he has to say, because he was this young, teenage rapper, and they just don't want to grow up with that. Maybe if he changes his sound a lot, or maybe he doesn't do that, cutesy wootsy, I'm a baby type of rap style, like what Bow Wow was doing, and do more of like, something that's more universal, then maybe I could see him growing up and being a better, star. But I just was surprised that they picked him, since this is a singing competition. They have a rapper on there. I was surprised that Brennan, he was a white guy who was like 27. I was surprised he didn't get picked, because, he has a look, he has a sound, but Beyonce doesn't have the star power, and I think that was kind of wrong for her to say that, because he was good, and I was surprised that Philip made it through, because, he does have a good voice, but I heard better from people who sing that genre of music. You know, he sung Rihanna's the one that sampled Michael Jackson, so I can't think of the name. I think of the name of the song, but he sampled that. He didn't do that great of a job vocally with it as far as the styling. I think that there's other people who do that kind of music and they just do a better delivery with it. And I was seeing what's talking about Nicole again. I seen that she has a new album release. She has all these singles coming out, all these music videos, but there's nothing happening with her music at all. Her album got pushed back again. I'm just surprised to see that, you know, her label is doing so much promotion for her, and there's the people are not taking to her music at all. So I'm just surprised that this new album is not getting a shelf and it's actually going to get released, because she's not doing anything. She's not making an impact with the music towards the fans or anything, and yet they're still, you know, promoting her. Maybe X Factor is going to be, you know, a good luck for her. But I mean, look at what happened to Jennifer Lopez. She was on American Idol. She had top 5 hit or top 100 hit or whatever, and look at where her career went. She sold like 200,000 so far copies, and the album been out for 6 months almost. And her next singles after that haven't done anything. And you see the commercial all the time for the Fiat, for the with the Poppy song, and yet that song still isn't doing too much on the charts right now. Speaking about Lil Wayne, I was talking about Cash Money, whatever. Lil Wayne saying he wants to have, you know, another ReBirth album, ReBirth Part 2, and another Human Being album. My thing is this: if you have a particular sound, you should be able to do that throughout any of your albums. You shouldn't have a Carter album and then have a Human album and then have a, ReBirth album. You should be able to do that all in one without, your fans caring. And to me, it seems as though that's not the smartest choice for him, because it seems like his fans only like the Carter albums versus the ReBirth and the Human Being album. The Carter, the ReBirth album, so that was the rock and roll album, so like only went gold, and that album pushed back over and over multiple times, and I don't see the logic behind doing it. I understand he likes that rock and roll sound. First off, if you really want to make that rock and roll music and consider yourself a rock star, not just a rapper or whatever, learn how to play the proper instrument correctly, and not just do 2 chords on it and say that you're a rock star, And so I just understand how that's gonna, work out or whatever. Also, if you are a Lil Wayne fan, why didn't you buy either of those albums? That to me also made it suspicious to why the Carter 4 sold so well, and yet these 2 albums, they are still legit LPs. They're not, mixtapes. They were albums. Why those didn't sell well? They're saying that Kim Kardashian is getting divorced from Chris Humphrey, according to InStyle magazine, I believe it was. And it's just sad to see that they're getting divorced so quickly. I was expecting them to stay married for quite a bit of time. But, they said they're supposed to have a reality show together, and that show is not in the works anymore. He didn't go visit her, and, she's staying in a hotel room right now, and just all sorts of stuff. So it's just like, what happens happens. It's not, no one was shocked. I don't think anyone was shocked to hear about it. I'm just shocked how fast it happened. To me, it just feels as though that just got married just because she wanted to keep up with her sisters. I mean, Chris Humphrey is the only athlete out there who would even want to, be around her, let alone date her and marry her and call her his wife. There's going to be a GoodMusic album coming out. GoodMusic is Kanye West's record label, and it has Pusha T, Common, John Legend, Big Sean, and a couple other people on the label as well. And the album's going to have a collaboration album, I guess you could call it. The label, rather, is going to have a, album featuring all those different artists on that one album. So it's going to be nice, good to see what they're going to be able to do with that. All these guys are really talented in their own ways, and it's going to be nice to hear different music from each of them. And hopefully, it's not just going to be one person does each song solely, or they're all featured on the same song throughout the whole album. I don't want to hear John Legend just singing a hook throughout the whole album, or someone just doing one verse. I want to hear like a whole John Legend song featuring each of these different artists. I want to hear a whole Kanye West song, a whole Kid Cudi song, a whole, featuring each of the artists, but not all of them incorporated, but, they all had their own style, own taste, so, whoever fits the song best goes on that track or whatever. So that'll be a good look at coming. It's scheduled to come out in spring of 2012. As far as what Kanye West tweeted the other day, so it's going to be nice to see what GoodMusic is going to have coming for us. And hopefully it's going to be good music and not, a ReBirth type album. Rihanna had a new video for the We Found Love. Rihanna had a new album for We Found Love, and my thing is this. It's nice, artistic. It seemed like that chick Melanie, or whatever her name is, whoever the director was. She directed like all the Beyonce videos for the B-Day singles or whatever, and she directed a couple of other Rihanna's videos, including S&M, which got fell out of court. They said she had to pay David LaChapelle maybe $1 million, who knows. But, she got sued for that for copyrighting David LaChapelle, which I understand. If you're going to take his ideas, why not just have him direct your video? I mean, it's not like he's dead. But anyway, that's not here or there. It's about this video, and I think this video was done really well. And it just seems as though she has no concern about being a role model in this video, because there's a bunch of sex, drugs, and alcohol. And, I just like the underground, grungy, early 1990s, 94, 93 type feel with it. And the European style with it, with the way the apartment is set up, and just the whole Euro grunge explosion with this song is so simple and so generic and so basic, and how this music video tells a great story to go with it. It gives a different meaning to the song, and it just gives a different feeling to the song by, you think of this song just being, a dance fist pump song, but when you watch the video, it gives a, it tells a mini story of a relationship that started off good, but, is not going to the right place. But then this guy looks like Chris Brown, so it's like, is she trying to tell her story with how she felt with Chris Brown or not? And my thing is this, after reading a couple of comments on Yahoo, is this: though, the situation was bad between them, why does she always have to keep reminding us what happened between them? If she wants to do that, she should make it through a song. She should write a book about it. She should, set up a program or something about domestic violence and how it goes both ways, as I just did a report about it. Domestic violence is not just about the female getting beat up by the male. It's also verbally abused by the female yelling at the male, and vice versa, or at the home, or the kids getting abused by the parents, or whatever. It's just domestically, anything that's going in the house that is harming that person emotionally, physically, psychologically. So, I mean, from what we hear, she was cursing him out. She wasn't the only one that got out, left that car with injuries. So, I mean, it just seems as though she just keeps milking it. And, I would have more respect for Rihanna if she had, came up front, afterwards, and had that Barbara Walters interview more recently than when she did right before her album was to come out. It just seems as though she's milking that whole incident between them in that car and what happened to her, and the domestic violence and the pain that she suffered. Though I do feel sorry for her, and that is a tragic event to happen to her, but the fact that she did it right before her album was to come out just shows that want people to feel sorry for her and want the pity to go towards her, versus her actually, telling people to stay away from guys like this, and to how you make yourself not go back to something like that. And they're saying that they're friends now, and she says that she's cool about it, she's over it, and yet she has this music video with a guy that looks just like Chris Brown, and she is, recreating almost what could happen between them. I do like the video. It's a really great video by her, one of her better videos to ever come out from her, because there's a nice, strong story. It brings more emphasis to the music video, to the song rather, and it just gives a bigger meaning to the song. But I just don't like how she went about it with, degrading Chris Brown, and just constantly just shows how she just keeps bringing up the situation regardless of how many years has gone by. And I just don't like that about her right now. And it just seems as though she doesn't want to be a role model. I mean, she has sex in this video, or she has illusions of sex. She has, bad decisions making, like drugs and pills. And, for someone who was performing on the Kids' Choice Awards not too long ago, I mean, you're promoting yourself to young girls, and yet you have a music video like this come out. It's just, I'm just, don't understand that. Also, you get hit by a guy, and then 2 albums later, you have a song called S&M talking about how you like whips and chains and how that excites you. I mean, that's like an oxymoron. Like, I don't understand that. Does anyone else get that? Like, how do you want people to feel pity for you for being abused by a guy, and yet you have a song saying how you enjoy being hit by a guy? I don't get it. Anyways, Britney Spears had a new music video for her song Criminal. Now, this gives a different twist to the classic story of Bonnie and Clyde. I wish there was more crime in the music video, or, more than just them stealing like a car and just stealing from the shop. I wish there was something more in the video, but when Britney Spears was at the party, at the high-end party, I think that whoever styled her, did her hair, her makeup, and all that, should be hired for good and just constantly make her look like that, because she looked beautiful in that video. One of the better videos I've ever seen her looking, or as far as looking, elegant, she really pulled it off really well in that video. Again, it has a little bit of elements of Bonnie and Clyde. If you don't know, they got shot, 160 times, I believe, or something like that. They got shot a crazy amount of times by the cops who were chasing them down. And in the video, Britney Spears and her boyfriend in real life, or fiance, or wherever he is, the man of her life, significant other rather, they get shot while they're kissing. If you watch the film Bonnie and Clyde with Faye Dunaway, that was made like 67 or so, you can see at the end, right before they get shot, their love for each other and just their expression for each other, and how they knew that they were gonna die, and how the look that they give to each other was like, the last goodbye for one another, and just showed so much love and so much, romance and so much lust for one another. That's what I got from this video. This video has a much more obvious viewing of lust and love, because they're kissing each other, versus Bonnie and Clyde, the way that they look at each other. It was a good job from Britney Spears, but, I wish there was a little bit more crime in the video. Other than that, really well done job. And, Beyonce, people want to say her belly is fake, it's folded on camera, all sorts of stuff. My thing is this, Beyonce, people have been saying, Beyonce needs to get pregnant, she needs to take a break, we retire Beyonce, this, that, and the third. Is Beyonce pregnant? Is Beyonce pregnant? Is Beyonce pregnant? And that's all you constantly heard throughout Beyonce's whole career since after, the split with Destiny's Child from 2006 and on. And I don't understand how people are constantly saying she needs to get pregnant. There's a song where Carrie Hilson says Beyonce needs to get pregnant, and then as soon as she gets pregnant or says that she's pregnant, people want to say she's not pregnant and just degrade her and just say you're not pregnant, you're not pregnant, you're not pregnant. It's like, what I don't get it. How do you want her to be pregnant when she says she is pregnant? You're saying she's not pregnant. It's like, just what world are you living at, media takeout? Why do you keep saying she's not pregnant every single day? And they're just trying to, downplay her pregnancy regardless if she is or she's not. Then someone made a comment saying that, maybe she can't have kids if she has a surrogate. That's a really good, point that the person made. Maybe Jay-Z and her were trying so long to really have a kid that she wants to experience being pregnant and the joy of being pregnant, and yet she can't. So maybe she has a surrogate mother, yet she wants to make people believe that it is her child that she's carrying, and yet it's not. I think that she is pregnant. I don't think the belly that she wore in that show was real. I believe that she was wearing a foam thing or whatever, and it folded, and I believe that she's exaggerating how big she is by wearing that. But I do believe that she is pregnant. I do believe that she's 3 months pregnant, and I think people are over-exaggerating her non-pregnancy and making false stories about it. And it's just sad if she is pregnant and it just come out to be that she is pregnant, that she is, you guys are making these stories up. And it'll be really even more sad if she really is not pregnant, does not have a surrogate mother or whatever. But I do not think that she's faking a pregnancy and doesn't want to lose her body shape, because we've seen when Beyonce has gained weight in the past, and she had kept that gained weight for quite a while until she had to lose it for the Dreamgirls. Speaking of body weight, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing Kelly Osbourne, non-talented self, talk about Christina Aguilera being fat. First of all, she never called you fat in the media or anything like that. You were the one who started this beef between one another, and you constantly want to bring it up on your show on E! With Joan Rivers. I guess Kelly Osbourne, she thinks because she's size 2 now that she's fat, that she's fabulous, and this great person could call other people fat. Kelly, it's kind of funny that when you were fat, you felt upset when people called you fat, and now you're skinny now, you want to make fun of people for being fat. It seems as though you're just this unhappy, bitter person. You were supposed to get married, but that didn't go through. Your father and mother have these great careers. Your mother's been on 3 shows on her own. America's Got Talent. She had her own talk show back in the early 2000s, and she also is on the new show, the Talk, the fake version of The View. So I guess Kelly just stuck in between just being the Osbourne's daughter, and she just wants to make a name for herself. She just keeps constantly bringing out this controversy. And I understand how you're going to judge someone's performing outfit. When someone's on stage, you want to have that dramatic outfit, the dramatic makeup, all that stuff, for the people who are on the nosebleed seats all the way back there so they can see you. This is Russell of Amber Russell. Subscribe to the show at the top. Thumbs up the video. Leave a comment at the bottom. Watch previous videos and stay tuned we have in the future. And if you liked anything that I said, please let me know what you did like. If you disagree with anything I say, let me know. And tell me about how you feel. Then just, watch the show for the next episodes. And make sure you guys watch previous videos and stay tuned for what I have in the future. And thumbs up the video, leave a comment at the bottom. Peace.